Clerk's office copier, we've got two quotes in front of you, one from James Imaging Copier quotes and one from Gordon Flesh. This has been around for 6 or 8 months, I suppose, longer than that, maybe a year.
Yeah. James Imaging had actually come in last year. There's updated quotes in front of you. The name is escaping me. Scott is unable to attend tonight. He had stopped in earlier today and he just was unable to make arrangements so he could get here. Last year, it was presented, the monies were set aside in it for carryover in the capital outlay for this. On the second page, I believe, and I apologize, let me get mine. Yeah, I have that. Someone have the new one in front of them. Can I put this for a second? All right. My apologies. There was two quotes in here. The first one, the Toshiba, is actually replaces the 4540 that was in the original packet. Just so you guys know, price changes doesn't change. He just wanted to make sure we knew that it was a different brand. And then the other item is still the same. The clerk's office was looking for a color scanner, printer, versus the two that are currently in there, and then we'd still utilize the old copy machine to bring down to the fire department, who is in grave need of having a new one down there.
Mr. Vansky?
And Gordon Flesh is here in the audience for the other copy machine.
So, Jamie, I had a brief moment to chat with them on this Toshiba Color MFP, the one that replaced the 4540. Wasn't the rewrite software on the new one, isn't that included in their offer?
I'm sorry, what?
The rewrite software for the 1250, which was something that was pretty critical last year that we were looking at in being able to produce.
Yes,
the
that is included.
So that's included.
The
at
purchase
no
price of
cost.
$12.50, no, it's just showing on there how much it would cost, because that's the same.
And the money, you said, Jamie, is set aside from last year and
Correct.
available for.
It was already budgeted last year. It was carried over.
What amount was carried over, please?
It was 10 grand, we moved the playground equipment up. Copier, 10,000.
Thank you.
Sure.
Mr. Vansky?
Make a motion to approve the acquisition of the Toshiba, as it's noted here in the highlighted, the 4555C color MFP from James Imaging. with the specs listed as on this sheet.
I'll second.
Mr. Fisher?
Just clarification, that's the purchase proposal, right?
That's-
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Jamie, was there any preference between the two systems, whether it was the Toshiba or?
I've talked with James Imaging in the beginning of the year. Gordon Flesh had come in later, and I've talked with both extensively. I didn't get to touch either one of the machines, or physically see them. Didn't have the moment to do that because I prefer doing that. If, and I have one minor in front of me.
Here.
The only item for the Gordon Flesh, I just, as going through both of them, one was a little bit bigger than the other one in the office versus in, just for office space wise. I didn't know, I mean, everything kind of matched up both the same. However, for each item. And
Are you volunteering to give up some of your desk space?
I need all that.
Mr. Fisher?
Mr. Chairman, just one question, I guess I'll push this back to Supervisor Bansky, your motion to be answered, but I see that the proposal refers to this November promotion must be delivered by 11/30/2013 to qualify. Free Toshiba Rewrite Advanced Scanning Software or Toshiba Pure Excite tablet, and I will confess I haven't got a clue what those are, the difference between them. Does your motion include one of those, or does Jamie or anybody have anything to add to that? I'm assuming if something's for free, we're gonna take advantage of one of them?
The rewrite.
That was discussed a little bit earlier, the rewrite software.
Okay, so that's included in your motion. Thank you.
Anything further? All in favor? Aye.
Oh, hold on.
I would recommend that the motion indicate the total dollar amount committed here, because I believe that the document had various numerical.
Mr. Bransky?
My motion did state, based on the specs to purchase the equipment, the purchase price was listed as $5,974. That the billing images and the cost per bill for color versus black and white, that is a service contract that just gets executed. And there's no way to determine that amount based on it until we start running copies and making things happen, and you would know what that is, but they probably, did they give you
Well, the
like an
paper,
estimate?
no,
based
the
on-
paper itself is something that would be billed separately. The cost of it is $59.74.
Right, the cost of the machine.
Yeah, and that's what I would,
Then
I
a
think.
service contract is a different
Right.
mechanism, so they'll provide the toner, the repairs, any service
All
call.
it says right at the bottom, includes all service parts, labor, and all supplies.
At those rates though, per copy. And that's what, I was just clarifying that for Hector, those numbers
Those
are,
numbers are,
there's no way to say that it's gonna be a finite
right.
number.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. On to D, Gordon Flush IT proposal. Jamie, I'm gonna let you start off on
Who was the
that.
first and second?
The first was Mr. Bansky and the second was Mr. Wolf, correct?
You. This item is on the agenda. Chairman Merrick and I have been in contact with Gordon Flesh, back for a while now, I would have to say. There's representatives here in the audience this evening regarding that. Came in there was items to be looked at. We're consistently having other issues within the offices, whether it be in the fire department and or here, that to be rectified, how the kind of the flow was going within the office between the IT and the office and getting that all done. So this item had been brought up and was looked into so we could get just a look at some other IT out there. Communication is good for our IT, and for the most parts for getting direction and everything. We're calling every time. If there's something that goes down, we're calling every time. We have issues that are currently have been outstanding for a couple of months now. Bigger issues with our clerk's office. One of the computers is unable to open some documents, so it's becoming a hindrance in work abilities. Although we are currently hopefully getting that fixed. Chief, I don't know if he's still out in the audience or anyone, for items within the system, for the CAD system going down there, getting that handled. Slight delay for our new tablets that are coming in. I feel that they're, my opinion, that the items that for the fire chief to get these tablets in is the newest area. It seems there's sort of a delay in that area, because now it's brought back for more, need to get a better grip on it, need to know a cost when they're asking for a PO without an amount on it. So I have requested for amounts, so I could give my board amounts. So that's in the process at this present moment. Chief can talk more on that. So we've just been talking with the IT.
There's been significant problems with emails, a great deal of spam, and then after a new spam filter was put in, we're not getting emails from whether it's residents or vendors. There's just been a fair amount of problems, and Gordon Flesh comes to us with a great deal of ability, a much deeper number of people in their facility that are able to support us. Chief Dan, did you want to talk about some of the issues that you're having?
I'd like to just comment for the board. In the office, the email comment that Chairman Merrick has brought up, it has been, I know I've had a couple of our residents here. They've actually given me a specific phone call stating that they're getting kicked back. And they've called me, and they've emailed me in the past, and with this new one, I've asked the IT, trying to get some more detail on that, for that specific. So, and then those are those people that, are out there that I don't know get kicked back, so. Because there is no per se junk email anymore.
Our biggest concern occurs mostly on weekends when the server here at the town hall stops the CAD system and data that goes from the calls that we had into Firehouse for record keeping ceases. And especially on weekends, if somebody's not around to recognize it, they don't come in and fix it on weekends. We keep the whole weekend with multiple calls or information that we have to go back and retrieve for calls, so we can't do that. But that's an issue with our server going down, and when that happens, then the Firehouse and CAD system stops, and that has to be restarted. There's nobody here at the town that can do that. Jamie can't do that, and we always have to contact them to get those programs started.
Whoever from Gordon Flesh, if you'd like to come on forward and just touch on that, is that something that you guys would be able to respond to? Yes, please.
Could we turn up the mic so that everybody can hear?
Sure,
They gotta talk really close to the mic, unfortunately, for that one up there. It's on.
Could you repeat the question for me real quick?
Dan was talking about his CAD system, and Dan, you ran away too fast. That's his basically is a counting system in the fire department for what calls they go on, when they went, when they got back, who went. And there's been, I don't know how often that happens, but frequently enough that it's an issue for you, where that system goes down, he's not able to restart it, the office staff is not able to restart it. Is that something you guys are gonna be able to respond to on a weekend, on a 24-hour basis?
It is. The proposal that we have provided includes 24/7, 365 days a year, continuous monitoring and remediation of all systems that pertain to the fire department as well as the server that takes care of the town operations as well.
Yeah, we should get your name and address for the record, please.
Sure. David Icorn, Gordon Flush Company. Lincoln Avenue in West Dallas.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I ask a question?
Please, Mr. Fisher.
You mentioned monitoring and remediation 24/7. I think were your words. I mean, assuming that the monitoring is off premises, in terms of remediation, you would have people available. Do you anticipate needing to come on premises to do some of the remediation work, or is that remote, or either, or what?
It's remote. So it is remote in the sense that we have engineers with remote capabilities, given the tools that we will provide as part of our proposal. In the event that a system fails and we're not able to recover it, our proposal includes a solution that will recover that system automatically without us coming on site. So in the event of power failure, provided there is battery backup, that would maintain systems. Our solution takes care of any sort of hardware failure that would occur. In the event of catastrophe, our proposal also includes recovery solutions that enable remote hosted facilities to restore your systems so that data access can be continued.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Mr. Wolf?
Yes, our IT now is hourly or is it monthly?
Monthly.
What is that amount monthly?
$692.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Any other questions for Gordon Flush while they're here? Is there a motion? I would make a motion that we accept the proposal from the Gordon Flush Company to provide IT services for the town of Waukesha as per the specifications in their proposal. $762 a month. Correct?
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? Mr. Alaska?
To gain a better understanding of our IT issues, I request a list of issues that appear to be a problem. This, once again, comes before yourself, John, and Jamie, and a very select few others, with input nothing from your board. The entire board should receive this information. We at some point bring in our IT people to hear from them as to the issues that are going to be addressed and why it isn't being fixed. For that reason, I can't support just jumping into a new IT person without any background.
Mr. Alaska has been on the agenda for over a week. What weren't you missing? What questions do you have that you couldn't answer within a week?
To gain a better understanding of our IT issues, I request a list of issues that appear to be a problem. The entire board should receive this information. We at some point should bring in our present IT guy to let us to talk and discuss why these particular issues have not been addressed or not fixed.
Mr. Alaska, why are you waiting till the evening of the board meeting to bring this up? Why, you've had a week to discuss this stuff. You could have called them at any moment you wanted.
I guess you didn't hear me so good.
No, I heard you perfectly. You've had this for over a week. What was it, why did you delay?
This is a proposal.
You've had that for a week.
why am I bothering with a proposal at this point when I don't know what's wrong with the old IT guy?
I guess you could have asked Clerk Salentine, she's here frequently.
This is going nowhere. I'm not
Mr. Fisher.
supporting hiring another new contractor based on John Merrick's show.
This isn't John Merrick's show, I didn't request this. Clerk
Yes, please.
Salentine requested it, Mr. Laska. Yes, Mr. Fisher.
I believe our next regularly scheduled meeting will be December 12th. Supervisor Lasky, is your request to bring our current IT provider to this very meeting on that night so we can discuss issues with them? Is that what you're asking for?
All right, I'll go again. Number 3, to gain a better understanding of our IT issues, I request a list of issues that appear to be a problem. The entire board should receive this information. We, at some point, should bring in our present IT company.
I get that. My question to you is that when you want to bring them in? Thursday, December the 12th?
Will we have
At this
the
meeting?
request that I requested, Jamie? These issues that we had with our present IT person, can that be put into bullet points so we can study it and address it and then discuss it on the 12th of December?
I can get a list for you.
And I think 12 December is a fine date for that action.
Is your pleasure then to table this discussion until that date certain?
I believe there's a motion on the board, or motion in front of us now. I just was part of the discussion, so I can't answer your question.
Well, I'm just giving you an opportunity, if that's what you would like to do. If you want to make that motion, I will probably second it. I mean, that's in order to make that motion at this time, if you would like.
Mr. Bansky?
Clerk Salentine, wasn't there a first and a second?
Yes.
So Supervisor Laska cannot make a motion to table something that has a first and a second currently in front of the board.
Then let's vote on it.
I'll withdraw my second.
Fair enough. Would you like to make a motion to table to a date certain of December 12th, Mr. Laska?
Yes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries.
Jamie, please
I've got the
record my
name.
vote, isn't it? Thank you.